Your phone is blowing up. The World Cup group chat has 47 unread messages. Your coworker just taped a bracket to the break room wall. And somewhere inside you, you're waiting to feel something. And it just isn't coming. Not indifference, not judgment, just quiet. Nothing is wrong with you, but something very specific is happening in your brain, and it's worth understanding. Here's what's actually happening when someone in that group chat types, "We won," from their sofa, and they mean it completely. Their brain isn't confused. Psychologists call this berging, basking in reflected glory, which is just a technical way of saying when your group wins, your brain registers it as a personal win. The reward circuit fires. It feels real because neurologically, it is real. This isn't delusion. It's the tribal brain doing exactly what it was built to do. For most of human history, your group survival was your survival. Your brain never got the memo that the group is now 11 strangers on a pitch in another country. So when that reward wiring doesn't activate for you during a penalty shootout, that's not a missing circuit. That's not emotional flatness. That's just your brain having filed its belonging and stakes somewhere else entirely. Think about the thing that actually gives you that feeling. The music you know embarrassingly well. The business you're quietly obsessing over at midnight. The hobby you've gone so deep on that most people wouldn't understand why. That person who spends their weekends throwing themselves down a mountain on a bike while their football watching colleague tells them they're not into sports. Same need, completely different arena. Same tribal wiring, same reward system, just a different scoreboard. This isn't a flaw in your emotional system. Your brain still wants belonging. It still wants stakes. It just didn't file them under a football score. What's your different arena? The thing that actually fires up your brain the way football does for everyone else in that group chat? Drop your answer in the comments below. Because here's where it gets even more interesting. Not caring about the World Cup might actually be protecting something. But here's where it gets worth examining. Because not caring about the World Cup isn't always the same thing. There's a version that's genuinely healthy. Somewhere, quietly, your brain made a decision. I'm not tying my emotional state to an outcome I have zero control over. Strangers don't decide whether your Sunday is good or bad. That's not detachment. That's a form of autonomy. Your brain protecting your inner world instead of outsourcing it to 11 people on a pitch. Some people also looked at the machinery behind it, the billion-dollar broadcast deals, the emotion engineered at scale, and their indifference became a quiet form of skepticism. That's not coldness, that's awareness. But then there's the other version, when not caring about sports becomes a personality, when indifference turns into identity, a way to feel above it all, more serious, more thoughtful. That's just tribalism with better PR. You've built a different crowd to belong to, the crowd that doesn't belong. And then there's the version that's worth sitting with longest. Sometimes the person who feels nothing at the final whistle has taught themselves to feel nothing. Full stop. Not about football, about everything. If that's you right now, pay attention to that feeling. Because the real question was never, why don't I care about the World Cup? It's, what do I care about with that kind of intensity? And am I actually letting myself feel it? Subscribe for more like this, and watch this one next.